Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Today we will go through a lecture in topic 3, computer programs and programming language. I am Sir Satria. I will be giving the lecture for this topic. So let us start the topic, computer programs and programming language. Okay, students. If you look in this slide, it shows you the lesson outcome of today's class, which is to understand the programming language, the background, the application, and what are the future and usage of the programming language. So we start with overview of computer program and programming language. So here you can see computer program. What is a computer program? Computer program is set of instructions. If you see in the figure that I have here, so it's actually lines of instructions, and then the computer will execute the instructions that is designed by the programmer line by line, just following the instructions given by the programmer. So that is a computer program. So if you still remember, in the last lecture, we have seen this IPO. Yeah, they are information processing cycle. Yeah, in topic 2, or here it mentioned as elements of computer program. So elements of computer program, we have input, so where the data is stored or passed to computer, and then this data is processed and it is output, yeah, given back to the user, and also at the same time it can be stored. Okay, we proceed with programming language. So programming language is for computation, yeah, for instructions. So if we look here, you know, what, yeah, is a programming language? Yeah, a programming language is a notational system for describing computation, meaning that how, yeah, the computer program will be carried out, and then it must be in a machine readable, yeah, meaning that the machine should understand the programming language, and it is also the language itself should be human readable, meaning that human can understand the programming language, because human are the one who are going to program and also going to edit or to alter the programming language. Okay, we look at here the level of programming language. There are 3 levels of programming language: machine language, low level language, or assembly language, high level language. And the language that we are using right now is referred to as high level language. We will look at them one by one. So if you look at the bottom of the page, you can see there's a figure showing ones and zeros. So that is actually machine code or machine language. So this level 1 programming language, yeah, as I've put up there, ML in 01, yeah, so that you can understand or remember machine language is in zeros and ones. These are binary. Yeah, zeros and ones are binary. They are also called machines, machine instructions. Next is level 2. Level 2 is assembly language. Assembly language is using a symbolic representation. Yeah, you can see in the figure right down there, assembly language will be translated or converted into machine code or machine language by using an assembler. Okay, and there's an example here, yeah, of machine language. Okay, next we go to um, level 3, high level language. Yeah, high level language. It is more English like, yeah, here, and also that can be described, using familiar symbol. Okay, and on the figure that I've put there, there are several high-level language. Some maybe you already know, some maybe you are not very familiar. So it is very interesting if you can go and look up, all those different high-level language. Maybe in future you will be programming in those languages as well. Okay, so we move to the next subtopic for today, which is programming language paradigms. So what does it mean by programming language paradigm? So programming language paradigm is actually, here it mentioned, a model for a class of programming language that share common characteristics and its differences, or in another word, programming paradigm is the way to classify programming languages based on their features. Okay, so the paradigm are classification of programming language based on their features or common characteristics. So let us look into um, programming paradigm. So here, right on top there, I put a bulb symbol, which is an approach that you can use how to remember, this common programming paradigm that we learned today. It's in the term FOIL, FOIL, F for functional, O for object oriented, I for imperative, and L for logic. So let us look at this programming paradigm one by one. Okay, first we look at imperative programming. There are the key features. They are sequence, their programming language, sequential, selection, iteration, pointers, stored memory, variables, and these are the examples of the language in the imperative paradigm. C, Pascal, Fortran, Algo, COBOL, and so on. These are the example. C language. The next one is object-oriented paradigm. Object-oriented, also most commonly we refer to as OO. Yeah, if you look at the word OO in programming, most probably the OO will refer to object-oriented. Okay, so object-oriented, here it says in objects, rather than logic. Okay, based on imperative, procedural, and this object, yeah, usually they are reusable part of the program. Yeah, the key features are listed there: abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. This I believe you will be learning some of them in part 2. Okay, the example are Smalltalk, C++, and also Java. The next one, this is example of Java programming, logic programming, Prolog. Yeah, it is based on facts and rules. Yeah, and based on a lot of logic variables. Okay, this is an example of logic paradigm programming language. Yeah, example of Prolog, very simple, very straightforward. And the last one is functional paradigm. Yeah, example is Haskell ML Lisp scheme, based on the concept of functions in mathematics. Okay, an example of piece of code in scheme. So remember the four programming paradigm in the term of FOIL, functional, object-oriented, imperative, and logic. FOIL. Okay, students, we move to the programming application domains. Okay, so what are we going to talk about in the programming application domain? So programming application domain is actually, we are going to look into in what area are these programming languages used in. Okay, so these are several programming languages, and maybe some of them the first time for you to look or list, come uh, look at. These are the various, yeah, application domains where we can use this program to build programming or programming. Okay, you can see here domains, the language, an example of application, scientific application built using Fortran and used in NASA biotech. Business application using COBOL in banking system, artificial intelligence, Lisp, Prolog, manufacturing and robotics, system programming, yeah, in operating system building using Algol, C, web software, for internet application using JavaScript and PHP. Of course, these are several examples from hundreds and thousands of examples that you can look up and which are actually being used today in the real world. So first of all, we look at scientific application. Yeah, it starts from, even we go way back to the 1950s. Yeah, by the development of Fortran. Yeah, where we can see Fortran computational. So scientific application, most of them are using very heavy computational. Yeah, control structure condition input output, Fortran. Yeah, and then you can also look up now. There's uh, another new programming language, and the name of the programming language is Julia. Why Julia? I'm not so sure. So you have to read it on your own. Yeah. So Julia is quite a powerful uh, programming language, a new programming language, but it's powerful to develop scientific application. So next we look at business application. So as you can see in the world right now, more and more business organizations are developing a, a computer system for their organization. Yeah, commercial data processing was one of the earliest commercial application of computers. Yeah, there's a lot of different programming software. So COBOL is one of them. That is a common business-oriented language. Yeah, and also right now there's a lot of business application, yeah, programming software being developed also using the Java programming. Okay, artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the way forward. Yeah. So what is artificial intelligence? It is emulating human style reasoning on a computer. Yeah. A lot of people say AI is robots. AI is actually the way that people think. Yeah. This application usually involves symbolic computation, where most of the symbols are names and not numbers. Okay, artificial intelligence require more flexibility than other programming domains. Yeah, because when you want to use artificial intelligence, so there's a lot of decision making. Yeah, decision making that needs to be made by the system itself. So it must be able to train. Yeah, what does the human uh, do and think, and it recognize, and then it is turned into program. Yeah, so here we can see the first AI language was International Programming Language, IPL. Yeah, and then in MIT they developed Lisp, yeah, for IBM, and then Lisp. Okay, followed by S Noble, Prolog, and so much more. And if you look through and read through about artificial intelligence, the modern day applications or the future applications of AI is also in IoT, Internet of Things, and also AI are being implemented in data science application, data science, big data. So all these are very interesting areas that you yourself can be the future programmer or future driver of this future interesting and very exciting world of programs and programming. So you can read through and read up what is IoT, what is data science. These are the future work where you can implement your programming skills. Okay, the next one is system programming. This when we talk about very technical programming, because system programming has to do with developing or the development of the operating system itself. Yeah, you can see various programming language mentioned here: CPL, uh, BCPL, C, C++, Algo. Yeah, and there's actually a lot of operating system nowadays are developed using the C programming language. Okay, next we move to web software. Yeah, web software definitely nowadays is one of the most common and famous uh, platform, yeah, for software, because we are moving towards mobile technology. So everything, yeah, almost all software need to have their mobility inside it. Yeah, so when we are talking about web software, we are talking about markup language, scripting language, and also general purpose language. Here I have a table, yeah, taken from ionos.com. Yeah, you can go there and view the article itself, overview of the most well-known web programming languages. Yeah, in this table it lists various websites: Facebook, YouTube, Yahoo, Amazon, and what are the client-side programming language. And you can see JavaScript and server-side programming language: Hack, PHP, Python, C++, Java, PHP, and so on. So meaning that this knowledge should be a motivation for you to learn more and more and more programming language, and not only learning them in class, but exploring them on at your own time. Yeah, the figure below, yeah, at the bottom there are various web software application. You can see MySQL for developing database, PHP, ASP, XML, jQuery, HTML, JavaScript, Magento, Zen, OS Commerce. Yeah, so many uh, different programming language in different platforms in web software. So students, that's actually a wrap, yeah, for our lecture today. So a very short and brief session with all of you, and I want to sum this up, yeah, and I want you to go to this website, yeah, edureka.co, or you can type top 10 programming languages. Yeah, this article is a very short article actually, where you can read what are, based on the suggestion of the author, what are the top 10 programming languages that we have nowadays. So here you can see 9 of them in symbols. So maybe some of the symbol is familiar, some of them are not very familiar, but I want you to go to this website, read the short article. It is very short, yeah, and for you to have a glimpse of idea. There are actually various programming languages in the market, and they have a different application, yeah, why they are being used, and actually uh, right now, yeah, you will be seeing, and also in near future you will be seeing more and more new programming languages, yeah, that can be developed for the modern day purposes. Okay, students, so that's all for our lecture for today, topic 3. Yeah, I hope you get a lot of insights about programming languages. So thank you very much for your attention. So until we see uh, each other again in the next topic, which is topic 4. So that's all from me for today. Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much.